en direction des volets bains, 133 km. Voilà, c'est parti. Sous les applaudissements du public de l'Indre. Merci à toutes.
See if any one of them stays ahead. The gap is not big enough to allow them to concord some sort of arrangement like that. I think they just have to commit and go for it full gas. This does look like two of the German riders have escaped from the peloton, and not quite sure who that first rider is. It does sort of look like the helmet that DSM would wear, so it might be Hannes Fuchs, but I'm definitely not sure about that. I'm not sure it looked like his rider profile, but two German riders, they did seem to, certainly their first rider seemed intent on keeping on with this this move, which is quite a weird move, I would say. But they seemed intent on closing it, but now two riders off the front. Slightly weird.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they took one of those corners a little bit too quick. You could see the rider in front just shaking his head, saying, get on the wheel. I doubt if it was just a move for two of them. I'm sure, as you said, they'd be working for Hannes Fuchs, who would be their team leader. 4.6 Ks to go, but a lot of that is uphill, and the last 2.5 Ks all the way to the finish line, which we've seen already. It's quite a nasty drag. 6 or 7%, flattens out just over the top, but the last 800 meters still around 2% as another rider drops away. That is one of the Germans who we saw working, couldn't quite catch his number there. But another fascinating day of racing here at the Tour de l'Avenir. This is stage 4. The leader coming into today's stage, Carl Frederik Bivort of Denmark, after the victory for the Danish team in the Team Time Trial. We have two riders out in front for the vast majority of a shortened day today. Arnaud Tendon, also with him was Lucas Lopez of Portugal. They got reeled in with about 25 kilometers to go. 17.1 kilometers have been lopped off, taken off the distance of the race today. Total distance 133 Ks today, but a hilly parkour and a very challenging finale. And we've got two riders now out in front from Mexico. In that white jersey sat on the front at the moment, it is Isaac Del Toro. He sits 2 minutes down on the general classification, but the man that poses the biggest threat to the yellow jersey, although the yellow jersey now dropped away. The next place rider on the overall is Simon Dolby of Denmark, is Repin Reinderink, and they have a 30-second gap now, Jens, with 3.5 Ks to go.
Yeah, 30-second gap, but look who's at the front of the peloton. We saw some of the Dutch riders coming to the front, and obviously they're not going to work to close this gap at all. It was Thibaut Delgoso who just rode to the front, took over, and then just stopped pedaling. And we see again now someone else has to take it up, but that definitely cost the peloton 2 or 3 seconds. This is one of the Czech riders who looks like he's forcing an attack, which is a weird moment to attack, I would say, with that climb just coming up in less than a kilometer's time, but he's going for it.
Now these two look exceptionally strong. Two differing styles, and a rocking style, a punchy style of the Mexican out in front. 2 years the junior of Pepin Reinderink. And yeah, it looks like it's, as you say, well, that rider that did launch himself off the front has been quickly reabsorbed. 2.7 Ks to go now. This is the back of a drastically reduced peloton, thinned out by the ferocious pace on these punchy climbs as the Mexican now rolls through to the front. Reinderink takes a little look around. At the moment he'll see some empty road, but it's definitely the team of Germany determined to try and bring this back together. And I think given the gradients we've got in hand, there is still a distinct possibility. 2.5 Ks to go now.
Yeah, 2.5 Ks to go. I think we might be even a little bit closer because the climb is already starting, and that should start at 2 kilometers to go. So we're getting really close to the finish. These two riders committing fully, but 20 seconds it's being reported now, and 20 seconds I think the peloton, or at least someone from the peloton, might be able to close that on this climb. These two have been working for a while now, and they will be slightly tired, probably not able to do the same pace that the peloton will be able to do. Certainly these riders that have been sitting in and have slightly fresher legs.
Well, Germany have just burned through another rider who's just been shot out of the back. 100% commitment, but now it's an attack from one of the riders from Switzerland straight over the German, and the Dutch rider looking round, also not too far from the front there was one of the pre-stage favourites from Italy. That was Francesco Bussato. No response from him. Still Germany on the front as the gap continues to ebb away ever so slightly. 20 seconds to add 2 riders in front, and these meters are ticking by slowly. But now it is the Mexican who has dropped the man from the Netherlands and is now going solo.
Yeah, Heinrich, a strong rider, but Del Toro is just the better climber, and this is pretty steep section on this climb. He's riding away and potentially going for the stage win, but the Swiss rider is coming across really quickly. Not quite sure who it is at the moment, but we'll have to confirm that once the camera draws up alongside the rider. Still not sure that's the best move. I think someone from the peloton might still come back, but it's going to be close.
It certainly is. Well, the unidentified rider from Switzerland is absolutely flying up this climb. He's passed by and dropped Riederink, who will soon be absorbed by the peloton, and he's only about 40 meters behind the Mexican. This is some move, but what he's doing is acting as a carrot for the peloton behind, still being led by Germany. Still a decent gap here. So the Mexican Del Toro looking very, very good. But he's been pursued by a rider from Switzerland, and the bunch not too far behind. This could all still come back together. What a stage this is heading into Evo-Le-Mans.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of riders in the peloton who haven't done anything yet, who've just been saving the legs for a final attack. Del Toro takes a final swing from his bottle, and we're trying to see that. It's quite hard to see with this camera angle and the picture breakup that we're seeing. It's a difficult one. Yeah, I'm not going to try to say that, but I think the peloton is coming closer now with less than, I would say, it's already less than a kilometer to go. The road is flattening off now, and Del Toro, can he hold on, or will the peloton still come back?
Well, this is a phenomenal ride by the man that's gradually winding the Mexican in. Del Toro, you can just see the fatigue written large all over his body. Still can't read the number on the side there, unfortunately. And due to the slightly pixelated pictures, riders continuing to get dropped from the back of the bunch, but the action is happening at the front there. A spectator shielded from the scorching sun today, well in excess of 30 degrees, as Del Toro continues to fight out in front, but it looks like he's about to be caught by the man from Switzerland. Still a couple of meters behind, and the bunch are there as well. Italy now head to the front.
Yeah, I think it was a 4 at the back of that number, and that would check out Fabio CHRISTEN on that Scott bike, rides for the Q36.5 team. But he's not quite getting across to Del Toro. Del Toro seems to be pulling away again. But the peloton is coming really close now, and with a sprint to be launched, that could still come back together. It is flattening off now. This is the top of the climb. So there's about 800 meters still to go to the finish.
Well, this is a thriller of a stage. You can just see the Italian under-23 champion not too far away from the head of affairs, but Del Toro still hasn't quite been caught. Fabio Christian, should I say, of Switzerland is latched on to the wheel of the Mexican now. He looks around. This is his opportunity now. If he hesitates to learn, there's a crash at the back of the bunch as well. One of the riders from Israel is being caught up, but Christian now moves through to the front with the Mexican back on his wheel. Is this another shot at glory for the man who's animated the finishing circuit hill? Del Toro and Christian head into the finish together. 300 meters to go, but the bunch aren't too far behind. They cannot afford to look round now. The road continues to ride here in Evo-Le-Mans. Who's going to take the win? But it is going to be Fabio CHRISTEN. He's found something special. He's opened it up. It looks like the Mexican's going to be caught on the line, but Christian takes the win for Switzerland. Del Toro holds on for second place there in third, and one of the riders from Great Britain rounds out the podium in third. Another absolute scorcher of a stage in the Tour de l'Avenir.
Incredible finish there with Fabio CHRISTEN just coming over the top of Del Toro to win that stage. Heartbreak for Del Toro on the line there, but still holding on for second place. I don't think he's going to get any time in the GC, but he's shown his strength today, and there's only more to come for him. He's only a second year under 23. Fabio CHRISTEN already a professional rider with Q36.5, but he takes the win there. And Fabio CHRISTEN maybe a slightly less impressive pure climber, but we saw today how good he is on these shorter climbs. I think the most interesting thing from that interview was just the analysis on the road. He was going to go for the sprint, and then last minute decided, well, this group is too far ahead.
First 2 days I had a crash. I felt really bad before yesterday's team time trial. Then the team time trial itself was good for us today. I felt much better, And yeah, I was talking to my brother. We tried. For me today in the final, we wanted to wait for the sprint. Well, at one point I saw the breakaways far. I have to go. I have to try one shot, and then just yeah, go full gas to the finish. And it's incredible after this bad luck now.
And for the family, we wait, Jan, but it's Fabio to win today.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I hope I can help my brother now for the hard stages in the mountain. For me, it's already a success now with the stage win. I'm happy because for me the GC is over. I'll go all in for him, and now he's also sitting fourth in general. I think that's it's pretty good already, and yeah, we hope to take also the GC.
And today it's incredible days, very hot.
Yeah, it's super hard conditions, but it's hard for everyone in the end. We kept ourselves as good as possible, really cold the whole day, but yeah, with 40 degrees it's not easy, and super happy to take the win now.
Thanks.